Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Righto, I had Andy Burnham of the UK down for a bit of a lookie today, the new PM of the UK, but he's been put aside till tomorrow because there's other things that are just absolutely grabbing my attention. First of all, in regards to the Taylor Farms parasite outbreak, I was trying to think of what I had way back in my 20s that was very similar. Giardia, transmitted by human waste in water, lives in water. I know it's a different parasite, but boy, oh boy, if it's anything like that Giardia I had back in my 20s for drinking water out of a pristine stream in the back blocks of the New Zealand hiking area. Goodness, it was absolutely horrific. Yeah, it's one of those similar things transmitted by water. And once it's in the system, you cannot get rid of it. Okay, what I want to have a look at though in this particular reading is, oh gosh, where do I start? Daniel Sade was discovered not living in Paris, in Gay Paris, a modelling scout linked to Eps. He was 69 years of age, and he was under an investigation to determine his cause of not being alive. Was opened on Monday, so obviously there was suspicious circumstances. Saeed is Csiad. Sorry, I pronounced it round the wrong way. His name appeared thousands of times in the files released by the government, but denied knowing anything about what was going on, blah, 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 blah. An investigation opened on the 18th of January in France, covering charges of organised human trafficking and conspiracy to commit a crime. And is continuing in order to identify all the individuals. So this is from Paris prosecutor's office. They have a case, an investigation undergoing in regards to this chap. Right. The dead man's lawyer stressed that he had never been prosecuted. Well, that does not make him innocent, because we know a lot of people who just because you didn't get caught doesn't mean you're innocent. One of the victims who had talked to the BBC in regards to this person said that he was pretty much a professional trafficker. Now, when I was reading this, so this is an investigation that's happening in France. So the DOJ in the US has no control over it. What I was feeling, as soon as I read this morning, it popped up in my social media and I read it. Read the article. A few of you sent similar to me in the emails, and I watched Hogarth's Global Astrology this morning. I usually don't watch before I do readings, but I was answering emails while I was listening to it. So when I say I watched, I was listening to it. And they drew some cards on this particular subject, but I can't remember what the cards were. I think Sheila, hers was body count or something. The body's starting to amass. My feels is that he did not voluntarily do this, that he was unalived. My instant reaction when I read the article this morning was there was a Tate Brothers connection, and I think that's why they cannot, and when I talk about they, I talk about the regime in the US, cannot allow the Tate brothers to be sent to the UK. Now, the person that gets the last say on that is Narco Rubio. So he's the one that actually can stop. And I was wondering, well, why would they not send him? I think because there's a connection here to Daniel Saeed in regards to the traffic of young girls and boys. Let me just say that. it wasn't just girls that the Paris police were looking into. Now, you've got to also remember the French police are also looking into Fleon, Space Boy, the Starlink dude. So I just want to have a look. I'm going to use the True Crime Oracle cards. I'm going to do a full spread using the True Crime. So come on down, let's start shuffling. I can't help but feel that there is a Tate connection there as well, which is why the Tates will not be, they'll be sent away. I got the other day when I was reading on it, they'll be sent away to some sort of compound, probably in Argentina. But let's have a look. Tell me what we need to know about David Siad, his passing. Right, what do we need to know about David Siad? Regret. Oh, that's an interesting one. You guys saw that pop out. Regret. Wooded area. That's interesting. Something in a wooded area. I mean, there's not many wooded areas in Paris. Well, this could simply be you can't see the forest for the trees. If we cut down a tree, or if a tree falls in a forest and there is no one there to hear it, that's what my guides are quoting at me. Oh, got the devil at the bottom. Evil energy stewing in, evil energy. Another one cut down. Thank you. Regret. So it was very possible that he was going to talk, so therefore was removed. Let's have a look. Doesn't justify what he did. Okay, in the past, jealousy, leading to, what about his past? I mean, it looks like with this rug, it looks like BLOOD on the rug, but I think it's actually a pattern on the rug. Jealousy here. Was there a jealous woman involved, or jealousy? I'm getting jealousy that he was trapped in France. He may have tried to bolt for the US or something and didn't get away. He was jealous that he got trapped in France. Okay. The suicide card. Was it made to look like he's suicide? Creating the reading. Immediate future healing. The unmade bed, but the light being shone on the unmade bed here. Oh, no idea why I've got outer space. Let's see where this goes. Debt. Is there a Starlink connection here? There was a debt he owed, but it doesn't feel like a monetary debt. Inside job. Found himself trapped in France. Yeah, he jealous because he couldn't get away. Female. Surveillance. Male. Aliens. But not actual aliens. Feels like someone from overseas. Motel, hotel. Neighborhood surveillance. And organised crime. Absolutely. Okay. What I'm getting, he was trapped. There was a female and a male caught on some sort of either motel or neighborhood surveillance. They weren't French. They're part of the organised crime. We've also then got the natural disaster in the mountains on the bottom there, and I keep getting that in New Mexico there's going to be flooding that exposes a burial site. And trust me, there's more than one there. Trust me, there's more than two there. Okay, so there's a male and a female that have been caught on surveillance. That are not French. So either motel surveillance or neighbourhood surveillance. Part of an organised crime ring that took him out. Okay. I mean, I know this is the healing card, but I'm looking at the fact that it's a light being shone on the bed. I mean, it might be healing for some of his victims, the fact that he's no longer alive. But we've got this outer space. What's that? Was it signal chat or something? What was that? Signaling thing, satellite communication system that they found that conversations were uncovered. There's something on that. That's what my guides are giving me. Okay, let's have a look. Are they going to catch whomever? Are they going to identify? Okay, they're going to identify. Feels mercenary, like someone was paid to take out Eps Siad. Was there a conversation over some sort of satellite link? Because that debt got water here, which is can be overseas, or they escape via water, or cleansing emotional, fiery emotions because, oh, to do with children. Is there some sort of satellite conversation about, because the debt could be who got paid, because they left that empty, they cleaned up the bed, so to speak. Thinking of those cards, they cleaned up the bed, they got paid, but they're going to find themselves trapped by surveillance, I think, is what I'm getting. Well, I've got accident. They might find themselves in an accident. Celebrity, family. So a celebrity family. An accident. Might find themselves having an accident. An affair. Tunnel. Justice. And a meeting. So in the tunnel, there will be justice met out at some sort of meeting that is being watched. Homicide, grandparents, and hidden. The chameleon, hidden in plain sight. Who are the grandparents? A celebrity family is going to be meeting an accident after this affair. There's going to be these secret meetings that's going to end up, the accident will be a homicide, and it will be in plain sight. I think the grandparents are going to be the ones that release it to the strangulation. Accomplice, partner in crime. I wonder if that's the Khashoggi killer. And then getting rid of the evidence in some sort of landfill. Could be a burner phone, is what I'm feeling. Celebrity family was going to be met with an accident in relation to this affair. Is this the Tate brothers? Sort of in this darkness, they'll be meted out. Meted out, meeting, homicide. The grandparents will be the ones that share. It'll be something that's hidden in plain sight before it's cut off. I'm going to move to see if I can get a bit more of a story here. The mystical manga cards. It's just what my guides are telling me to use today. The mystical manga cards. Oh, and Amy, thank you for my bracelet. I absolutely love it. Thank you. Okay. I still haven't, I do apologise, I've still got this one. I haven't strung it on the elastic as of yet. Must make an effort to do so. Perhaps it might be this afternoon's job. Daniel Sy adds, passing in Paris. Is there a Tate connection? Because they were traffickers too. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, you want to stop right there. Ace of Cups, partnership. So it could be something new coming forward. It's also a very feminine card as well. It's a yes card. Queen of Swords, legal action, potentially the challenge. Queen of Swords. Female legal action. I mean, we've got this victim that had given evidence, a false victory, claim of a false victory or feeling of a false victory, regret again in the past. We got that as for Daniel Said. We got regret as one of his main cards. Crowning the reading, the Fool, the foolishness. The immediate future, the Nine of Wands, sorry. Fiery information, guardrails, I think, and then we've got the Judgment card and the Lovers card. Judgment of some sort of contract and agreement. I get the feeling he was taken out so that he couldn't share because he was this regret, and it's regret at being caught. Yeah, Lovers, Two of Cups, partnerships, agreements. Ace of Swords is coming regardless about money laundering, because there are money trails in regards to it, and the mercenary actions, leading back to the Emperor and the Eight of Swords. Legally entrapped, the Emperor. Could be Eps, but there's someone else above Said and the Tate brothers. the Ace of Wands. Oh, yeah, Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, and the Justice card. Two endings and justice. Oh, I can't shake the feeling that, I mean, I know he was an absolute and all the rest of it, but there was somebody above who was worried that he was going to tell. And I suspect it's a bit like who Susan Lynn has always said with Ivana being beaten and then placed at the bottom of the stairs. She was due to give evidence, I think, within the next day or the next 2 days. And she has said to Susan Lynn in spirit, I wasn't going to tell. They didn't need to do that. I wasn't going to tell. But whoever it is can't take the risk that they'll let it slip. We've got here the abuse of power, the betrayal, the deceit, the prepared to walk away and take those swords of truth for themselves, whoever this is, with this Ace of Swords. Whoever it is that's this kingpin. Sorry, I'm hearing who the kingpin is, and I'm really wondering whether it's worth me saying. Is the kingpin someone who is overseas and is prepared to do whatever is necessary to take out anyone that threatens them, because they have everything to lose in regards to this, with the Five of Pentacles? You've got the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords, which is the attempting to flee. There is a money trail that leads back to them. I suspect someone along the way has been sloppy, and the information will come out. They've overreached, and the information will come out. Now, the next card was this Knight of Wands, volatile information coming forward. The Knight of Wands is usually in a Middle Eastern country. Is the kingpin somebody, a country, the leader of a country, who had no qualms about taking out all his legitimate heir family members to take the top dog position for himself? That just dropped out again, the Six of Swords. Trying to move out of troubled waters, trying to gather up all the elements of truth tellers. Is the country that was sitting in the White House, remembering there's something else going on in the US at the moment concerning the Tate brothers. There's that Knight of Wands again, usually in the desert. Oh, the devil. The devil, the nightmare situation, gathering up all these swords of truth, betrayal, the Tower card, trying to prevent the whole lot from collapsing, the King of Coins, the Judgment card, and an agreement that was made. The country that was in the White House, the leader of the country that was in the White House signing a deal today. I wonder why it came really to my attention. It's more than just that hyperscale data center I did in my last reading, they had a message that they were bringing. This was an agreement. There was a message. It was not something about this to keep. How do I put this? The person that was in the White House today signing a deal for nuclear enrichment was not just there to sign a deal for nuclear enrichment. Let me just put it that way. There were some orders that came down. Is the leader of that country, the kingpin, the current kingpin behind all that is happening in regards to this, what's going on. Get the Tate brothers are frightened. They feel frightened. Their Daniel Saeed been taken out. They feel afraid, actually, so they blooming well should be. Knight of Swords, harsh truth coming forward. King of Wands. A fiery message was given. Sword of Truth. A rash action, charging in. Had to act quickly to smother this. An order came down. King of Wands. Five of Pentacles. You don't do ruin. On the back foot, defensive. Because actions have consequences and justice is coming. The Ace of Cups, offering this new partnership. Try and reset. A gift from the past as well. You owe us with the Six of Cups. To close your eyes. You are thigh deep in this swamp. You need to close your eyes to the truth of this. Something that is being covered up with that Queen of Cups, and it is prepared to do anything. The Hierophant and walking away. Delivered the message and leaving to the regime and are leaving the country. Making sure that they step back from any investigation. Could also be the death. Threat of death with money laundering or something. We will reveal. Waiting for the ship to come in, but it's not. And regret with the Four of Cups. And regret. The whistleblower, the oligarchs, trying to muddy the waters, the treason, the money, secrets being revealed, throwing under the bus, unexpected information coming out about alchemy. It's so intertwined. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the person I'm talking about. This was their emissary. Passing on the message. Passing on a Knight of Swords message. In cahoots with Bush. And others. I just want to ask, are the Tate brothers, I feel they're actually, they heard this news and they're actually scared. Tell me about the Tate brothers. So they should be. Are they frightened? The Magician. manifestation. Queen of Cups, keep your mouth shut or we'll make it happen. Okay, I'll leave it there. Love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.